Well, I've got to tell you that before his speech began, all the analysts, all the dignitaries, all the journalists expected it to be much more about international issues, the pressing issues of the day, the collapse of relations between Russia and the European Union, problems with the United States of America, as well as the situation on the border with Ukraine. But most of his speech was devoted to domestic affairs. It was only at the end that he really mentioned the pressing international problems that Russia and certain other countries towards Russia. And here Vladimir Putin was very clear. We are interested in peace. We want more arms limitation treaties. We want a cybersecurity framework to involve the whole world to avoid situations where so many misunderstandings and problems occur. But Vladimir Putin also said that there are those who are set on burning bridges with Russia, and that for them there will be a response.
Some countries have adopted the highly indecent habit of blaming Russia with any excuse and usually without any reason. It's turned into a kind of sporting competition, a new sport of who speaks louder. We react to that with the highest restraint and, you could say, without any irony, with modesty. Often we don't even respond to unfriendly actions or even to open rudeness. We want to keep good relations with all participants in the international community. But we see what's happening in real life. As I already said, they're picking on Russia all over the place without reason, and of course immediately around them all sorts of little jackals run around like with Shere Khan, just like in the Kipling story, howling to gain favor with their ruler. Kipling is a great writer. We really don't want to burn bridges, but if someone mistakes our good intentions for indifference or weakness and is determined to completely burn or even blow up these bridges, that person must know that Russia's answer will be asymmetrical, fast and hard.
The president ended with a stern warning that any country that goes after core Russian interests will experience a firm, a harsh, immediate and asymmetric response. But as I said, most of his speech wasn't devoted to international affairs. It was about domestic affairs. It was about the pandemic, its ravages, and how it has made life that much harder for so many people. He also came out and said that Russia simply wasn't ready when the pandemic began. Its institutions, the medical sphere wasn't ready for a crisis of such proportions. But it was thanks to frontline medics and doctors, who he thanked, as well as to the applause of all the attendants. He said it was thanks to them that Russia emerged out of this crisis stronger than many other countries, with many fewer deaths, many fewer infections, and with 3 vaccines.
Vaccination is of immense importance right now. I'm asking the government and regional heads to tackle this. Everywhere people should have the chance to get vaccinated, which will allow us to have herd immunity by the autumn. I once again call on all our citizens, get vaccinated. We've made a breakthrough thanks to our scientists, and now we have 3 reliable COVID vaccines.
The president also spoke at length about healthcare, about the need to overhaul Russia's healthcare system. What with a revolution happening in medicine, with all sorts of new systems, diagnostic equipment and procedures, scientific breakthroughs, making the current healthcare system almost obsolete, despite all of its successes during the pandemic. He also spoke about the environment, saying that it is paramount that companies which exploit the environment for profit, such as oil companies and coal extraction, mineral extraction, that they then clean up after themselves. He said that within the next 30 years, the emissions of the Russian Federation will be less than those of the European Union. He also spoke about supporting single parents, about encouraging birth rates in Russia. It's no secret that it has undergone a major demographic crisis, and he has highlighted many government plans and initiatives to help both parents, both schools and the social sphere, as well as businesses recover from the ravages again of the pandemic.